And hi, this is Folk Song Elizabeth Cookye. I'm the CEO and Mistress Secretary of Goddesses Incorporated and the ultimate anime mascot goddess, always covering all things from women of the Bisoujo Senshi universe, women of fighting video games, and women of anime. And right now, I am here, Season 3, Episode 3 of the Folk Song Cookye Show. I decided to film here at Fanime 2011, as you can see, all the people behind me, here for the anime convention of the year. This is the second large anime convention here in California, and as we all know, I like to go and do lots of my coverage here at anime conventions. So of course, as usual, I have my trusty agenda in my hand, and I just want to start off with some news before we get into the anime review, into the video game review, and of course the life lesson learned in reality. So first things on my agenda is, so one of the best guests of honors that we have today that was here all weekend long at the convention was Seiji Mizushima. Seiji Mizushima, he's best known as being one of the producing directors for such anime as Generator Gall, Mobile Suit Gundam 00, Slayer's Next, Shaman King, and most recently his work with Gainax. Hanamaru Kindergarten, and so he was here. I had a chance to meet him. I also had a chance to interview Rick Myers. I'll be editing that film strip soon, and hopefully that'll be online for my show. He's been involved with Kung Fu Panda. He's also world-renowned martial artist, and also has written a book talking about the deep philosophies behind Chinese Kung Fu and other stuff like that. Now, with that said, I'm going to go into my anime review. I'm doing a blast from the past this time around, from early 2000s, because this being an anime convention, a lot of us forget the wonderful world of the nostalgia. So, the anime review is Noir. It was released between 2001 in Japan and then released 2002-2003 here in North America. Now, Noir talks about her series protagonist, Muriel Bouquet, who is an assassin who comes from a mafia family who she never knew much about. Family got murdered by her partner, Kirika, who is actually trying to remember who she is. She partners up with Kirika, not knowing that she is the female that actually killed her parents, that belonged to an Italian group known as the Soldados. Now, as this series goes on, you start to understand more about how intertwined that Muriel Bouquet and Kirika are closely together. Her parents being killed by her own partner, her partner being brainwashed by the Soldados head leaders Altina, and then a third in the series, protagonist female named Chloe. She shows up about midway during the series, who has a big crush on Kirika, but doesn't understand that Kirika is fated to be the lifelong partner of Muriel, platonic partner in the world of the assassins in the mafia group known as the Soldados. Right now I'm promoting Crunchyroll.com. Crunchyroll. Go and check that out. They also was here at the anime convention, but go check that out. I had said before in one of my episodes when I was talking about Rio Rainbow Gate, look up Crunchyroll.com. That's all the latest in anime. They are here right now. Did an interview with them, and they are doing great. If you can, check out the Roku box, which I believe costs about $15 to $20, and you can stream all the latest anime from their website free of charge. It's only a one-time charge to actually have the Roku box and to start looking at anime that you won't get from the Anime News Network or on your local cable channel. So please do, when you get a chance, go look at Noir. Check that out. 2001 it was released in Japan, 2002 here. You'll like it. The opening theme, Kapeliatsa Hitsuki, also known as Cleopatra's Casket, it was once named. Look that up. Opening theme's excellent. Opening theme is just totally wonderful. Ending theme, Beautiful Feelings, that had to grow on me for a while. Really enjoyed the music. If you're into chicks with guns, that is the series for you. Noir, released 2001 in Japan and then 2002 here. So today's video game review of choice is Street Fighter 4 AE. Now, I had already did a review on Super Street Fighter 4 when it came out, but I guess there are a lot of tournaments that's going on right now, especially Evolution that's happening at the end of next month. And so I figured I'll go and I give this a proper review. It's the latest fighting game. It's been getting just as much reviews as Mortal Kombat 9, and I had the opportunity to play Super Street Fighter 4 AE in the arcade. Personally, after Street Fighter 3, I have not been so much of a Street Fighter fan as I used to, but of course, I'm still doing everything dealing with the Bishoujo world, women of anime, women of fighting video games. And so there is really no new female introduced in Super Street Fighter 4 AE. I was hoping that they had put Elena in from Street Fighter 3 series. I guess the big excitement about AE is that they have Yoon and Yang involved, and let's see who else. They have this new character named Oni, who's supposed to be like the true Akuma, who's like even more devastating than God Akuma or whatever that May is. A lot of people have been picking him in the arcades. As usual, it has the same kind of move systems, the focus cancel attacks, the EX moves, the specials, all of that. Personally, the game didn't rub me the right way because Street Fighter has always been what it always will be. You know, it's a lot of cheap stuff go on, a lot of overpowered characters. They do make patches and they do fix that, thanks to Capcom, they do see that. But I guess the excitement of Street Fighter is that who can shoot their gun faster, and basically there isn't really much more to say about the game. One of the biggest differences that I really liked between the Street Fighter 4 series that's becoming a series now, and the differences is 2 is that in 3 is that it has a parry system, and you can defend against a lot of the spammers of projectiles and moves, and you can. It was more tactical. It was more tactical in terms of martial arts and self-defense. Super Street Fighter 4 AE takes it back to the roots of Street Fighter 2, where you get hit by block damage and you can lose matches from, you know, guard break, and then the focus cancel, which is supposed to extend your combo, is supposed to make things a lot better. Really, the graphics looks a bit better, but then with all the technology that we have right now, why can we not eliminate polygons? And that's my thing. Why can we not eliminate polygons in our video games nowadays? And I guess that's the thing of Capcom did not have enough time to really smooth that out. Other than that, the music, you now get to hear the classic music from the characters. So when you're facing a classic character now, you don't hear so-called Crowded Town or Cruise Ship Stern or any of those other the backgrounds that they had in regular Street Fighter 4. You now hear the character images that they had from Alpha, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2, so on and etc. One of the biggest disappointments about AE for me, not so much the gameplay, but more so much the storyline. The storyline was supposed to keep their promise by Capcom, which was supposed to explain why certain characters didn't make it to 3, which is the future. And as we all know, Street Fighter 4 takes place in between 2 and 3. And so 4 still hasn't answered some of those questions as to why particular characters just did not make it to part 3. So I don't know what Capcom decides to do that. For the rest of this season, most of my main coverage is going to be with Mortal Kombat 9, and really I'm talking more about how the story has changed, so on and so forth. So that is my game review. Super Street Fighter 4 AE will be coming home real soon. If it's not out for GameStop, it'll be a downloadable version, and it'll also be a version that you can buy. Don't know if there's any Easter eggs involved. On the note of video games, as a side note, as a tangent real quickly, just wanted to let know that finally NetherRealm Studios, also known as Midway, Ed Boon had finally announced that there is an HD collection of the Mortal Kombat arcade games, parts 1, 2, and Ultimate 3. So I'm really happy about seeing that. That's going to be downloadable from the PlayStation Store. So as we all know, Mortal Kombat has always been based upon motion capture, so the artists right now are like in their 40s, because when the original games were made, they were made years ago. So who they chose as the new motion capture artists, I have no clue, but I'm sure it's going to be great. It took them a long time to do, and I'm sure in my eyes it'll be a lot better than the Super Street Fighter 2 HD remixes. Who knows how many remixes of Street Fighter 2 have we had, you know. Enough is enough. The game deserves to rest. And on to my last topic, which is life lesson learned in reality. You know, today's life lesson is last word versus final action. And I'm glad I'm actually shooting all of this here at the San Jose Convention Center right behind me. Because, you know, as I've walked throughout this convention, I've met a lot of haters. There's probably people right now, as I'm shooting this film, that are hating on me right now and don't even know what this is about. And one of the greatest things is how to deal with haters, which I talked about in my previous season. Well, this is an even better analogy on how to deal with haters, which is let people hate the way they do. Let them say what they want, because in the end, it doesn't really matter what they say. Let them have the final word, because you will have the final action. Remember, words are always empty unless they have something behind them to give them its worth. So unless there's any action behind the person's words, then it's really not going to care or matter what they do or say. As long as they back up the words with actions, or if you prove them right, then they may have some validity in what they're trying to say to you. Most haters, as we know, are trying to put people down because they are unfulfilled and unsatisfied with what's going on in their life. So allow them to say what they say. Allow the ignorant to have their story too, because most likely 10 years from now, or even 3 years from now, or if we want to get technical, 1 year from now, they will still be there in the same predicament that they was when they first sent the comment to you anyway. So remember, be true to thyself. As long as you know what you're doing, it doesn't really matter what anyone else is saying. So, like I said, let them have the final word. Let them have the final word, because you will have the final action. Say Cookie! And join me for episode 4 next at the end of next month for the Full Song Elizabeth Cookie Show here. I'm not too sure what I'll be talking about, but I do have my agenda ready, and it'll be fun. More anime reviews, more reviews on the video game world, and another new life lesson learned in reality.